Last night, me and Parm were doing the Bony Epi 2, as I'm going to refer to it shorthand. Not even say bonus episode.
Bony Epi 2.
Yeah, a little Bony Epi. A little Bon Appetit, Bony Epi. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we were inadvertently making Bony Epi 2, and we started talking about Cobra Kai because Parm has caught up. Are you caught up?
You caught up. So I have seen all except the last 4 episodes of the newest season, I think.
Okay, so you still have to do the coming All Valley tournament.
Yeah, so I have the ending tournament, but that's it. I know all the big plot lines.
Oh, well, a lot of the big plot lines get changed quite a bit throughout the tournament.
I'm sure there's some.
So what are your
as always?
What are your impressions, my friend?
I really enjoy the series as a whole. I'm not so into the lore of it where I know like all the Karate Kid movies and stuff. I just
didn't read the Spark Notes or the manga.
I see. I kind of view it as the same way as I see like
you didn't do your summer reading.
Movies. Like you watch a Fast and Furious movie and you know it's not grounded in any sort of reality whatsoever. When I watch Cobra Kai, I'm just like, you can't imagine them living like a normal life. Like, you know what I mean?
Are you kidding me? Johnny's
for like 2 seconds.
Hang on. Johnny's life at the beginning of season 1.
Where's the military just putting down this child rebellion? Like,
you mean SLV in Encino, California won't be swept up in a karate craze in 2022?
Like, there are a couple things we should note about what
I may be wrong. But I'm just saying it's a little bit out there for me at times, but I enjoy it for
the most realistic thing they've done so far was like, have you gotten to the tournament format yet?
So they had one tournament already, right? Because we had
he hasn't gotten to the new one yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not on their most recent tournament.
Yeah. Okay. New ones.
I can only imagine.
The only thing grounded in reality, dude.
Their formatting and their actual like way they run the whole thing, pretty solid, pretty good. Everything else kind of insane. I was going to say though, the most grounded in reality thing though is Johnny's existence at the end of Karate Kid going into the beginning of Cobra Kai, where you see he's like beaten down on life, an alcoholic, driving his same car, reliving his glory days. Like, I know a guy like that, like now. So that guy is real, and he is Johnny Lawrence.
Yeah.
The life allegory is one thing. I guess I'll give you that.
Well,
but to me, I know an equal amount of those stories that go the opposite way, where somebody was a real piece of shit, and they're still a real piece of shit. Yeah, like they got their life was real successful. It's just
like Daniel, he's a fucking asshole, and he cheated Johnny out of everything, and then he gets to have a car business and a bonsai business.
It's just one machination of the many walks of life we have here on Mother Gaia.
I don't know. Okay, well, so I'll put it this way too. Which team were you on before Kreese came into the mix, when it was just I'm gonna ask Parm.
So it was just Miyagi versus
when it was Miyagi versus Johnny. Who'd you like more?
Fuck Daniel Reluzzo, fucking
snoozo,
bitch face. Yeah, I fucking hate that guy.
I felt like he is just a dweeb, but he's not like he never really did anything bad. You know what I mean? Like, he never purposefully was.
He beat Johnny with an illegal kick. What do you mean?
Yeah, man.
It's an entire plot point.
There was no rules established. There was no rules established in the OG tournament.
Yes, there was.
I don't remember shit about it.
Okay, hang on. I will let you say what you will about these children and the veracity at which they are running the streets of California, but I will not let you slander the good name of the All Valley Karate Tournament. If one thing holds up, it's the rules and the tournament format.
Dude, think about it. The first time he ever met Johnny, he sucker punched him.
Yeah,
like, why would you just do that?
It's true. He did sucker punch him the very first time they met. And then Johnny was taking a shit, and Daniel put that bucket on him. Like, there was a point in which when they were young, where Johnny was no longer messing with him and had left him alone, and Daniel chose violence at that dance.
See, that's what I'm saying. When you bring in all this shitty backstory,
it's the entire movie that's called the franchise.
If it's not in the series, it's not canon to me.
Okay, fair. But
wait, no, we're not glancing over that. No, that's not true. They literally do flashbacks.
Flashback to the movie scene does not count.
Oh my god, it's world building. What do you mean? Where's the exposition? I'm gonna lose my mind. We're not doing this episode. So,
dude,
I just love that Alec takes it very seriously. I think it's a goofy kid show.
I'm a big underdog fan.
Hang on,
anyway,
but it's not a Goofy Kid show because the guy who made the fucking series made
bitch though.
Dude, okay.
He's just corny, dude. Everything about him's corny, man.
I know he's like
he's always been corny.
Boomer.
Dude,
but he's kind of like a lovable boomer. I feel like.
No, he's not, dude.
He was corny when he was 18, dude.
He has an unhealthy obsession with Mr. Miyagi, bro. Like,
nah, I wouldn't go that far.
Daddy issues.
He's crept into the territory of like the anime weebs that go to Japan and are like,
I can't believe what I'm doing right now. You guys are literally just bastardizing all 3 Karate Kid films. And I understand not caring about 2 and 3. Hang on. Not caring about 2 and 3, not like getting that. I understand that. Those are sequel movies to people. They don't want to touch them. But like, I'm just gonna say this. You said there was no rules established in the first one. Fuck yeah, there was. What the fuck do you mean there wasn't rules established?
I was not interested in the rules of an All Valley tournament.
But for the argument of continuity,
like
it matters.
In the time when Karate Kid came out, they weren't
85.
making the movie with the intent that it's going to be very structured and there's rules. It was like hack and slash kung fu movies, you know?
No,
like,
that's not true at all.
I disagree.
That is blatantly not true. You can watch documentaries.
In what movie did they fucking have
Go watch the GQ. Hang on. No, I'm not saying that they didn't establish tournament rules, but I'm saying it was not following the line of the kung fu and like hack and slash movie. That's just not true at all.
But you
go watch one interview.
Hang on. When was it established that kicking was not?
You're not letting me even say what I want to say.
Let me take this one. You can't tell me that Karate Kid and Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon are on the same level. Like one's a karate or one's a kung fu movie, and the other one's more of like a feel-good sports fucking like Air Bud kind of shit
with a montage.
Montage, bro. Like,
here's the reality. This is where I'm grounded in, brothers. We're living in the real world where people do interviews and talk about their movies.
A fucking kung fu movie.
Well, I can decide whatever I want about his kung fu movie as I watch it. So it doesn't really matter what he said about it.
Is Rocky an anime? That's the real question.
Rocky is Air Bud with gloves.
That's mean. That's not right. Also, like,
see that's what I'm saying. You're cheapening this by even comparing that to Air Bud.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. So there's a lot of cheapening comparisons. Here's what I really got to get out, though. Ralph Macchio did an interview with GQ covering his most iconic characters, which every actor does now. It's a 20-minute video that anyone can go watch with their fucking eyes and ears, and you can see him talk about the process in which they were casting for the Karate Kid. They were going for certain levels of authenticity on certain things. That's absolutely prevalent in that case. It's not cheap and hacky. It was very well done, and it was innovative for the time, actually. I'm not going to let you flagrantly disrespect the film.
Actor interviews are not to be taken seriously in any sort of way.
I like Marvel MCU.
Okay.
Like,
wait. Now you're gonna
gives interviews where he contradicts himself every other day.
Don't malign my love of fucking Karate Kid.
I'm not maligning your love.
Not you.
I'm
the fucking asshole underneath me. The brown one, sir.
From 1990.
It's from literally 2 years ago. What the fuck?
I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter what your favorite movie for any genre is. I can make a compelling argument that Iron Man is better at it.
Yeah, I can make a compelling comparison to Air Bud about your movie.
Dude, I mean, like, literally,
great layup for an episode, man. We're just gonna really piss each other off right before we get into it.
You could tell me, like, I could tell you that the original Air Bud trilogy is much more compelling than the original Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I mean, really, Kirby Fully Loaded really has a lot more emotion.
Okay, I appreciate a good shitpost idea like that, but that's not even remotely close. Like, the best idea that I've ever heard is Charizard is bad and Greymon from Digimon is a better dinosaur or better dragon, and here's why. That was a good quality like argument in shitpost. This is the idea of slander. Like, if you can't make a funny joke, but like also a quality argument out of your joke, is it really that good of a joke?
That's right.
It has to actually make you think. And if you're just trying to say things
I'm just
like
exasperated.
Air Bud is better than
I think it's funny, so I can't really argue against it.
Here's my reasons why Despicable Me Gru is a stronger anti-hero than Batman.
Wait, you say Gru?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gru's a better. Absolutely. Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's actually true. Or at least has like reasonable truth behind what you're saying.
That's fair. Okay, yeah. Dude, it's hard. It's hard to be a good memer then.
Here's a hot take for you. Hot take sound, Jamie.
There it is.
I Am Groot is a more iconic term than Avengers Assemble.
Absolutely.
I agree.
Yeah, way more normies say that shit still. It's been
I
6
am
fucking
Groot.
years, or like
Bro,
7
I
years.
am Groot.
Wait, when did Guardians
Groot
1 come out?
Fucking
2013, 14?
maybe.
2012, maybe. It's
Oh my God.
2014.
Someone do
2015.
No
It's one of the
Jamie,
earliest
Jamie,
ones,
we need
right?
the
way.
information. Dial it in, bud.
When was it after? Was it
Not a
after Iron Man 2?
chance.
No, it was way after. It's
2012. not a chance.
Guardians 1 was 2014.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna say 2012 was way too early for that.
Yeah, it's 2012 was Avengers.
2 years.
Yeah, dude.
No, that is way too early.
literally-
2012 was literally Avengers 1. That is
Yeah.
incredibly too early in the
I
cycle.
How do you know these things? I don't keep track of
Do you
that.
understand the
that.
concept of continuity, my brother in Christ?
I
That,
don't,
like,
I'm
there is
just
a
impressed that
timeline
you
to
just
events.
know. I'm just guessing. I
Oh
didn't
my
know.
God.
I didn't know with confidence.
Oh, but that's fair. Okay, there's got to be
I'm
something
just
you
guessing.
like though that has like a long continuity or story to it.
I'm so bad with dates.
Harry
I'm
Potter.
not hating
You
on
like
you for
Harry Potter?
continuity. I just don't know the date.
Harry Potter sucks.
That's fine. But do you like Harry Potter when you were growing up? Did you watch it? Or Lord of the Rings?
I'm not. I'm curious. Yes.
What I'm saying
Yeah,
is, okay,
yeah.
so Lord of the Rings is 3 movies, right? So the
I still
order of
wouldn't be able to
events
identify
happen.
when
Wait,
they came.
wait. There's you watched all of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You kept up with it.
So there's a timeline of events that happen in the continuity of the show.
What? I'm confused. What you're arguing? I don't remember dates. What are you arguing at me?
I'm just saying
confused.
simply that if you have something you care about as a media, like of either a book or a movie, or
Like if
a
I told you
show,
the final
like
season
Game of
of Game of Thrones aired in like 2017. Actually, is that right?
No, it's not about the dates. It's more about like. Okay, never mind. I guess you were saying.
I'm just
okay. I understand.
Yeah, I don't.
I
don't
was
usually know the
misunderstanding.
dates, so I just guess.
No, see, now I get it. I thought you were saying like, why do you know the continuity of these properties? And I'm just like, why does anyone care about anything? But now I get it. Now I get it. I'm sorry.
Why
My
do
love
we
for
care about the dates?
it's my love of fucking Cobra Kai burning through my love of Marvel. Now.
I
I'm
can
sorry,
appreciate your passion for something, so you know the dates.
guys.
Yes,
We
I'm
just
hating
promise
on
me this
you.
now. Look me in the eyes. Don't ever let me talk about Power Rangers because you
No,
guys
we
will
won't.
piss me off, and I
We
will
won't.
probably kill myself.
We've already covered. I think we covered everything.
We did, yeah, we
the normies
did
need to
cover.
know.
We
Shut
because
up.
we did it wasn't the gay Power Ranger. It was a racist Power Ranger thing.
I mean, there's a lot of
Yeah,
them.
right.
There's also
A
probably
lot
an
of bases to
anti-Zionist
cover there.
Power Ranger too.
Yeah, dude.
It was brought over by a Jew. I mean,
That'd be too base
you
for
know,
them.
Yo, way too
You
based.
know.
We're red
Makes
pill this
sense.
podcast right fucking now through the red ring.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Elon Musk's Hater Club. This is your host, Dur, speaking. I'm here with Fleeb and Trill, bringing
I
you
like
a
Elon.
spicy episode of the 1 to 10 podcast
Fuck off.
available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. How are we doing today, boys?
Holy shit, he got them all except for Stitcher. What a banger. We're
even
good,
is
man.
Stitcher?
We're good. Other than, my blood is just fucking boiling right now. Cobra Kai has filled my veins in rage, but
throbbing.
we might get a season 5 announcement date this week. Actually, there's a
Oh,
panel
shit.
at Netflix's
Cobra
Funny
Kai
or whatever, the
season
comedy
5?
thing. Yeah, it's 5 is known to be in production, but we might actually get the announcement date this week at this certain panel in California on Friday. So
Well, that's exciting. I don't think it's filming up and running soon because, like, the whole problem with this episode.
no, it's
or
been
this season
filming.
is you had a
It's-
huch waiting.
it's been filming. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
Before
okay,
this one was
sweet.
even released, 5 was in production, and I'm not talking like early production. I'm talking filming.
Yeah, like they just carried it
Yeah.
along with filming. That's cool.
Yeah, because they knew that they had this fucking red hot iron of a
Yeah, 'cause it's been
banger,
like
dude.
this
Yeah.
huge thing over the last couple
Dude,
of months.
We already did a whole thing on Cobra.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So what are we
Uh,
doing?
But yeah, to start us off here, boys, I just want to check in with the 1-0 in the Stanley Cup playoffs, St. Louis Blues.
Hey,
Let's go.
Just quick shout
I mean,
out to them.
Yeah,
homie.
I caught the game against Vegas on Friday when I was over at a friend's house, and that was slightly entertaining to watch. A little bit of a shit
Able
fest,
to-
but
Yeah.
I was able to make it to one game so far this season. Pretty happy with that.
that's good. I
think
made it
we
to 0.
won.
Not sure if I actually went to a game this season. I may have went to one.
Damn, bro.
They've upped the prices a lot of the tickets
Oh.
because now we actually win. When we were a bad team, they didn't really care. So
Yeah, don't
Never
too
been a
much my
bad
teams
team.
are
How dare
shitty
you
again.
say that? Don't you ever tell me we were a bad
Dude,
team
as
ever
our
again.
resident hockey expert, is this another second round exit kind of dealio? You thinking?
I mean, I think
As a-
that's
as a
probably the
fan.
expectation for us. The expectation on like a global media perspective is that we're going to probably lose either in 6 or 7 games to Minnesota, who we're playing now in the first round, just because they're supposed to be the hotter team.
That's
From a
fair.
fan perspective, I think if we make it past the first round, I'll be satisfied.
Mhm.
If we don't do well in the second round, I'll be disappointed. Like I think this team really should do well in the playoffs. We're built really, really wide in scoring, so we have a lot of different
We're a
scores.
thick team, you could say.
Yeah, we're wide Putin in hockey team form.
That's what's up,
Yeah, so like I mean, as long as everybody stays healthy, I would be surprised if we don't.
So who would be our second round opponent theoretically?
Avalanche, almost assuredly.
Against who are they currently playing though?
I don't know. I haven't paid attention. I just know
Jamie?
whoever they're playing, I expect them to lose because I think
I know the Avalanche are nuts this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate the Avalanche, but they're really good.
Hey, when they're good, you know.
They're playing the
Predators. Their fans are just the worst.
They're playing the child Predators.
Yeah, they're just playing the Nashville Predator. Yeah, they're not winning that one.
It's fucked up. Jamie's not cutting that though. So how are the Cardinals doing, man?
You know,
Cardinals are
notorious as
it's hard to say.
My God,
baseball's a mess right now, dude. Baseball is like makes me angry right now. They have a whole mess with the baseball. Like Major League Baseball's changed the baseball, and there's a bunch of rules changes they want to make next year. I don't know. I mean, the Cardinals are doing fine, and I think they're going to have a decent team.
Yeah, what's the rule change for next year that they're talking about? You talked about it once.
So there's a couple different ones. So one of them is widening the bases.
Pitchers ain't hitting.
So pitchers don't hit anymore in the National.
That's right.
It'll be 50-50. Like sometimes you'd have pitchers hit, and half the other league didn't. Now it's just never hit. Always DH.
I'm gonna be real. Why would you?
They're gonna widen the bases slightly to make stealing bases easier, and they're gonna maybe ban the shift, which is essentially when all the fielders shift to the right or left, depending if you're a right or left-handed hitter.
So they're just trying to score more points.
Basically, based on the analytics, if you shift,
they just want more points.
They're trying to make shit more interesting. That's what they're really
they just want more points.
Yeah, they want more scoring because baseball has just had an offense
beyond
problem.
Just like lowering the amount of potential injury to a pitcher due to them not batting now. You know, like what are the other arguments for removing them other than like they are?
So the main
pansy at fucking Lily.
I mean, kind of, yeah. The thing is that I've always been confused about, and it's hard, I don't really know what the day-to-day life of a pitcher looks like.
Sure.
But what always frustrated me is even when they did hit, most of them aren't very good.
Yeah.
Which isn't that surprising because that's not what we pay them for. We pay them to go out starting pitchers, or even relievers usually only pitch once every 4 days or once every 2 or 3 days. So they're not in the batting lineup most days.
Right.
And then when they do get into the game, if you're a reliever, you're only going to get in after like the 5th or 6th inning. So you may only bat once or maybe twice if you're lucky. So there's not much value to be had from the time spent on batting.
I agree.
Whereas there's a lot more value for their contract for them to. Why the pitchers were always forward as well. So there's only a couple of the pitchers that ever were like, well, I hit, so I want to play, but
right.
Like I'd rather not either.
Does Shohei Ohtani's value go down? I think yes.
No, it goes up.
It goes up.
Still just as high because he was in the American League already anyway. So the pitchers never hit anyhow.
Yep.
So what he's a DH. He bats every day, even when he doesn't pitch.
Okay.
He doesn't play any position.
So his value skyrockets.
So even on days when he's even on days when he's pitching, he'll pitch and then immediately go and bat the next inning.
So do you think we would see Shohei like a transfer anytime soon then, or like to a new team possibly?
I don't think he'll ever leave the
Angels. They're never letting him go, dude.
I'm not saying that I want him to. I'm just asking, do you think it's a possibility?
No, so I'd be surprised if he goes anywhere except for like New York, or maybe
Dodgers.
Maybe Chicago if they ever. The Dodgers, maybe. I mean, any of the East Coast teams, I could definitely see him going to. But the thing is like in baseball and with all sports, Asian fans are super, super huge for those West Coast teams.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I don't really see him ever go because like that's like a lot of Japanese fans go and see him in LA. If he plays,
that's fair.
If he plays in New York or Florida or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not very like he can't market himself as well, I guess.
Yeah, and then I think it's just like for Major League Baseball, it makes more sense for him, player, to be over there. There's a bigger market for large salary teams over there, so like the Dodgers, the Mets,
right,
Yankees. Like that's the only thing. The only people I could see taking him are the New York teams, like the
See, jokes on them. Even with all these rule changes, it's just going to be slightly less boring.
I think it'll help if they did everything that they're thinking about doing. I think it would significantly make the game more interesting. I still don't think you guys would find it interesting.
No,
but I think it would help significantly to
baseball is only interesting to me if the Cardinals are in playoffs, or if I'm at the game, it's night, and I'm like about 6 or 7 beers deep.
Yep. Yeah, that's fair. And I get that. I've just been to so many games, and I've been going.
And little league games, or like minor league games. Fucking not little league.
No, I'll go to a little league game.
Just go to little
no. Hear me out.
Hockey game.
Go into like some like I have friends who have kids, so go into their kids' baseball games or whatever, and then they are selling beer at 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's pretty close.
Like it's actually kind of goated. So don't knock it till you try it at least.
No, I could definitely see that big, but
like also only go for appropriate situations where there's a child you actually know involved.
Like minor league games are clutch because it's like the fucking cheese biscuits versus like the trash pandas and teams like that, and it's like dollar beers.
The hot dogs cost like $4 less.
Dude,
have you heard of
the Glazies?
Have you guys heard of the Savannah Bananas?
Like Georgia, Savannah?
Yeah, so Savannah, Georgia has a baseball team where instead of actually they're not a minor league team. They're like a for fun baseball league. So they literally have they have a weigh-in of the players before the game starts where they flex at each other and like they have a home run derby before the game.
They do a fucking MMA style weigh-in.
Catches a ball, if a fan catches a foul ball, they're out. Like all sorts of and like there's no strikeouts. So if the catcher misses the ball, you have to run to first. Like it's like it makes the game way more exciting. And then the whole time it's just like a clown show on either end. Like they have fire breathers and people come out and like in the middle of the game. Like it's really makes baseball entertaining. You guys would actually find it. But it's
since we're talking,
it's $20 to go. It's $20 to go, all inclusive. Beer, food, everything.
That's always the way to do it. So
that's how they need to do baseball.
Since we're talking revolutionary leagues, have you guys heard or followed the American Wiffle Ball League?
No.
The AWL.
I've seen a little bit of it. I've seen like John Boy. I don't know if you follow any John Boy.
I'm just gonna say this, boys. I'm gonna take a dab. You guys just carry this next section because I know nothing about the American Football Association. Cheers.
No. This is more of like these dudes on social media who like take backyard wiffle ball a little too seriously, like have their own like.
Is this like backyard wrestling but too far?
This is beyond that. No, this is beyond backyard wrestling.
When do you guys to send me like a best of compilation of this shit?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I'll find
for after the pod. It's for research afterward to follow back on it. You know.
Yeah. Some people get quite good at this thing.
Dude. I will say though, like the pitches when people throw wiffle balls are fucking nuts. The curve like you get and like the fucking bat's so tiny. It's kind of thick actually. If we just replace the MLB with wiffle ball, I think I could really get behind it. Could you imagine like peak pinnacle athletes going at that?
Well, what I like is what I was talking about. I thought you were talking about is John Boy Media does like they just did a huge wiffle ball tournament where they played like in this warehouse and it was just for fun. It was like a charity tournament, but it was a bunch of like XML players and just
that's pretty sick. That's way better.
Sports journalists.
Yeah.
That's badass.
Baseball fun.
Yeah, that would be.
Are they going to start punishing cheaters now when they get caught, or is that still if you're a large enough market?
No.
Okay. That's what I thought.
No, they're just raking in their money until the TV contracts run out.
You said something about a scandal just now, for cheating and all that, and I just realized I really liked baseball as a kid, and I was a huge Mark McGwire fan, like a huge one. And then the juicing scandal happened, and I think my entire love for baseball just kind of fell through the floor there.
Really?
It was because baseball was much more interesting to watch. Yeah, everybody was juiced up hitting balls.
Exactly.
I think they should bring back
so it's the same thing for me with wrestling, where once I knew it was fake, I'm like, I don't fucking like this. So now the version of it that was left was
they are professional.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, there's a good take. It's not even a hot one. I agree. Bring back the juicing.
Yeah,
the juicing was fucking awesome.
I think they should let everybody use steroids in Major League Baseball.
Yes.
What are you gonna? There's no harm to it.
Let them have. No, that's not true. There's definitely bodily harm done by steroids.
There's bodily harm done, but the players get to medically choose to do it themselves.
Absolutely.
And The other thing is,
but what about the dudes who choose
there's
not to?
There's
and are
no
gonna go,
physical,
wham.
there's no physical contact in baseball, so you're not
Oh,
gonna have
and
some
get
like
good,
400-pound guy
like,
like
that's what you
killing
say.
somebody because he's like too like in football.
Yo,
I can understand
is there a
in the
juicing football league?
anyway.
Because we should make that happen.
The lingerie league.
We have covered that before. That's
we
fair.
did cover that one.
We did
Yeah,
cover that before. I think we should go on to the next
That's
topic because
joke.
Durs, you said something really cool about the MMA weigh-ins with the Savannah Bananas. So
Mhm.
at LCS
Yeah,
finals,
Netflix.
they had Tyler 1 was the host of LCS finals, and EG
Oh, he did.
and EG and 100 Thieves walked out. And they did an MMA style fucking weigh-in, up face to face. And dude, there's this terribly aged clip of Abadaga across from Jojo Pune, and he just does like the fist in the hand, and he's like, memeing on him. And Jojo does nothing but laugh at him, and then they clown them 3-0. So
yeah,
it was pretty good.
Dude,
that's why you need it because it builds up the salt.
I think like the MMA walk-in or weigh-in kind of thing should just be the norm for any sort of competition. Like,
bro, for League, it needs to be Tyler 1 globally. That dude needs to be at every event.
The year is 2024. Donald Trump and fucking Joe Biden are taking the main stage, and they're just fucking glaring each other down. Like, one's calling the other one a dementia baby, and the other one's calling the other one like an ignorant buffoon.
I want with all my life to have a presidential cage match.
Yes,
dude, that would be peak.
We're only, I feel like, a couple decades away from that's like what comes into constitution.
We may as well. I mean, basically, we have a cage match of public opinion every 4 years anyway.
Yeah, I think it's a cage match of I don't like this person, so I'm voting for the other. But
yeah.
Speaking of cage match, I'm gonna fight all members of the Supreme Court in a cage this coming Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's just blatantly. I'm gonna make a statement for. I believe this will express all of our feelings at once. We're gonna wrap it nice and tightly. A little present from the 1 to 10 podcast to you, the viewer. It's fucking weird that old white men predominantly are making laws concerning the rights of women's bodies. It shouldn't have to be said.
In the year of our Lord 2022, this is really what we do. The fact
that we have a hung vote essentially because of a heavily conservative sided Supreme Court currently in the United States. It's not great. It's not great to be in this position right now, but we can hope and probably fail because there's allegedly about 26 states that have if what happens. The Supreme Court removes 2 different and repeals the rights of the federal government over abortion laws and allows the states to take over. There's about 26 states with already things in place that are heavily restrictive, if not outright outlawing abortion in the country, including our own state of Missouri, among many others. Like I said, 26, over half. Over half.
I think just to sum it up, if you're against abortion or anything like that, you have little dick energy.
That's true.
I think we all agree.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Let's just put that out there. You're allowed to have your own opinions and rights and thoughts, but we at the 1 to 10 podcast think you have little dick energy. Yeah. If you believe that you should ever govern anything over a woman's body if you're not a woman, in my opinion, really, and B, respectfully, let people do what they want with their bodies.
Pretty much, if we disagree with your human rights things, we're never going to debate it. We're just going to say you have little dick energy.
Yeah. And maybe later down the road when this video, inevitably blows up because of our political hot takes. Whoa, man. No, I'm kidding. But, if we ever do have a list of haters, we can edit it in post right here.
Yeah.
Let's put it to the right of your face.
2053.
Yeah. It's like 60 years down the road and we just have a list of
the year
2053.
Names. Donald Trump Jr. is the next emperor king, and we just get fucking executed.
I was fired from my job
video.
2 days after recording this for this very hot take.
Exactly.
Weirdly enough, the video did not release until 3 days after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Glad we covered that.
Yeah.
We
don't like
just
to
want to
be
make sure we didn't.
Yeah. There's.
We don't want to not say.
Yeah. We all agree that Russia, Ukraine, very bad. Ukraine, good guys mostly. We all agree that abortion laws should not be fucked with for no unnecessary reason because we want to stir shit up in this country, I guess, and do an electric boogaloo for some reason. And we can all probably agree that human rights are human rights, man.
True. and fuck you.
I don't know. It's
if you
pretty
disagree.
contentious these days.
Whoa, controversial podcast debate.
Wait, I actually can't form an opinion myself. I have to see if Elon Musk like mentioned it first.
Oh yeah, true. Our overlord and Twitter god Elon has to approve
Speaking of
first.
something that is contentious, though,
I can't wait for how
Overwatch
many
2.
accounts. Oh my god,
Jesus.
bro!
Parm,
The biggest stinky diaper doo-doo baby I've ever seen in my life.
I'm just gonna let Parm
dude.
get out of the way before I do my things.
Oh
Yeah, I
my
was gonna let you guys
Please
go. 'cause I
unload.
don't
No,
really
you
know what to
unload,
say.
Parm. It's
Blizzard,
you.
Okay.
Blizzard, fire your marketing director. Hire me, dude. I can shit the bed for way cheaper, way less. You want a yes man that's a fucking monkey? I got you, bro. But what the fuck was Blizzard doing with this? One day for drops, and they didn't even really advertise it that well. Only people like Alec, who are super invested in Overwatch, knew the requirements to get a drop. And you had to watch for 4 hours before it even started dropping for you, and they only did it for one day. These shithead idiots. I'm just, dude.
Okay,
like,
I'll add credibility to what Parm is saying. Is I am a lover of the game, but I will air the criticisms fairly. What Parm is referring to is if you do not have access based upon the alpha, if you were not a tester or content creator or a well-known pro within the scene, and they did not award you with an account to test it prior, you had to watch 4 hours of Twitch streams from a long list of content creators. So there's plenty of people to choose from. But it said very clearly in the beta article when you registered, it says pre-registration. Of course, now who's going to read I'm going to say about 7 scrolls on the scroll wheel down article?
Exactly.
Because I didn't read it the first several times when I went back and even checked to see if I got in, if I had pre-registered correctly, right? And in that article right underneath, it says it there, but you have to be like, thinking about trying to find the fuck out.
Read about
I
this,
must know everything about the beta before it happens.
Yeah, you just have to be keeping up with Overwatch.
I just wanted to play it, but then it got to a point where I'm like, man, I really want to play it. So when I found out,
no, like
night before, it was on a website. It had been there for a while, but it was very, like I said, not public information. So what the real problem was, it was noon our time was when the window started, and it was only an 8-hour window before you so you had a 4-hour, right? So now we're getting dicey. So in the past,
you only had a 4-hour window to start the stream in order to meet the 4-hour time limit to maybe get the
I started an 8-hour period because that's when I had I just thought about it.
Right. So for me, I left for work that day, but before I left, I made sure to open 7 tabs of people who were either currently live or 2 who I knew would be live once they woke up inevitably from their 6-hour, like 16 or 18-hour stream from the day before. Looking at you, XQC.
Yeah, literally, I watched them too.
Literally, yeah. I mean, it doesn't. I felt so bad for people. I have a friend who had 99%. 99%.
So like
couldn't get into
the thing is, the deception goes a little bit further. I'll check their social medias though, but the day they probably tweeted this out, I don't think they mentioned 1 day only or 8-hour window. You know what I mean?
No, like, they've been hyping up as Overwatch 2 beta day.
This is like so stupid. Like, and I've been watching this because I've been so pissed. The fucking viewership numbers for Overwatch 2 and Overwatch 1, the day that 8-hour window, they were breaking Twitch. They had 1.2.
Literally, he broke his stream record with 330K just for him.
1.2 million concurrent viewers on just the Overwatch 2 tab during that 8-hour window. And now, if you at peak time combine 1 and 2, but because there's both tabs still exist, it taps out at 60.
It does.
They literally killed this game's hype as it just started. Literally, like it's like, look at Valorant. I think one of the reasons why it's so successful is because they did the drop. Like they did
the drop better.
Did it perfectly.
Yeah,
they did it better. Yeah,
I think it was like I can't remember how long you had to watch for. I think it was like 6 to 8 hours. I want to say on the
story
first
mode
couple days.
It was not near
and let's
that
be
long.
honest.
I watched for maybe an hour and I got a drop on the first day for Valorant.
Yeah.
Wow. I had to watch for like 4 or 5, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah,
exactly,
I just had it on while I slept.
Yeah, but the thing
it did take a while though. I do remember it did take a while though. Now that you say that, because I remember I was in and I had to like wait for people to get.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of people. I get that. But
now,
like,
I will say the one thing we should quickly caveat though, because there's one to bring up how there's one other drop series that I'd like to reference. That this is like the 3rd example of a drop, but this is like the one that went really wrong, I think. Because the 8-hour window thing fucking pissed me off too. I was deeply worried going to work. I was like, I should call in today so I can try to get into the beta.
Yeah, get an Overwatch beta drop.
Like, dude, as I stream, I want to play that fucking game on stream. I want the numbers.
Yeah.
I want anyone, even in my normal circle. I want like the possibility of half the people who follow me in total being like, oh, I want to get Overwatch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I want to get it on that cut.
I want to watch it. Yeah.
And so when I started streaming it with drops enabled, that's like, oh, there's 2 hours left in the window. I'm like, what the fuck do I even do here? Like, no one's gonna watch it long enough because they're not committed unless they've already been watching for 2 or more hours.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's just silly to time gate it.
It's even crazier. The time gate's crazy because now you're not like. You've already isolated everyone in the fan base who doesn't qualify in a certain amount of time within a day, which is most people's working fucking day.
It should have been like 3 days. It should have been like 3 days.
But then even then you have people who watched for fucking 4 to 8 hours and never got a drop.
Yeah.
And that's like, okay, so not only did you like, you could have at least let people keep qualifying for a 24-hour period or a 16-hour period and then never given them a drop, and people would be like, oh, the drops were pretty rare. That sucks. At least you would have had a better narrative there. Though 8-hour window
what they did with Valorant. With Valorant, I think what they did too is that you could still get the drop those hours leading up, and then once you reach the 5 hours, you got it for sure.
Yep.
Like it wasn't like a.
At first, the first day was fucking.
We'll peter it off, so that not everyone gets it at once. But then once you've watched 1 or 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever it was.
But Blizzard, Blizzard Activision, one of the biggest companies in the entire fucking gaming industry, that's been dwindling, granted, but is one of the giants still, doesn't have the money for the server space or something. It's insane.
No, they're just lazy.
I mean,
exactly. They're fucking lazy. They're fucking lazy.
It's been two and a half years since this has been
when
announced.
They did their last drop that I want to respect, which I did stream, this felt good, man, when I did this. I streamed the Diablo 2 Resurrected beta, and I had drops enabled, and our good buddy Slop got access because he watched my stream for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Like, that's badass.
That's fair.
One of our friends getting into the beta without having to pay for it because he was just checking out what I was doing on a Friday night makes me feel good. But that's like the best case example that I can offer for it. Valorant done well. Riot Games, better company. But this shit... I like this game, and I'm fucking upset about how they did this.
Bro,
and I got in after 4 hours and 6 minutes. Like,
I'm gonna cap off what I have to say now. Is just like, with this blunder and just killing their hype right as it started, and like, let's be honest, all the multiplayer changes could have been a patch. Like, this is really Overwatch, like patch,
one, my man.
Yeah,
that's really what it's gonna be. But that's the thing.
But like, and
it's not going to be a separate purchase.
If the story mode doesn't like live up to the hype or isn't good at all, or if it's just trash, like if it's just mob fighting, like wave fighting in random area, okay, and if it's not intuitive or anything,
there's probably going to be some cutscenes now in between and some character
Blizzard's just taking it to one extra step towards a BioWare kind of situations. Like they're gonna, I hope they die as a company. I hope this is like one of the nails in the coffin.
Won't happen. New WoW expansion's coming out, and too big to fall, exactly. And it's Activision too.
Overwatch 2 is 0 out of 10 for me right now since I couldn't play it.
That's fair. Fair. Okay. In respect to that, because Durs actually plays Overwatch and would have probably played with me had he had an opportunity.
I was excited to play. I saw all the shit streaming about it.
I would have played. I would.
Yeah, I saw the people streaming it. I was like, oh, I'll play Overwatch.
So let me give my little take on this. So what is the change from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2? 5v5 instead of 6v6, one tank on each team. Okay? So role queue is still forced in the game. There's one tank, right? Problematic in a way, but also beneficial because Blizzard recognizes that the best way for this game to be played is a way of having a certain kind of structure to it because it's the most fun.
I think it doesn't matter until you get to a high rank.
Hang on.
Forcing teamwork.
Disagree. No, disagree. You if you go to low ranks and you have people who are all running 6 DPS or something, you will never win the game if they have one.
Yeah, and you're low rank.
But you're going to stay
low rank. You're gonna have fun. Like obviously you're not playing to be good.
Disagree. Okay, that's fair. I have fun trying to be good though. Like that's me.
So you
I am also a tank
climb into a also climb into a position where you probably wouldn't run into that issue as much.
Yeah, I prefer to play.
I think it's the same thing as like League of Legends, dude. Like there is role queue in that, but it doesn't lock me into any champion. I can play.
You can play anything. That's the
I can play Yumi. I can lock in Yumi jungle every game.
So let's cover the issues there. So now that there's only one tank on each team, they have changed a lot of tanks to be functional as a one-man unit as a tank, but like necessary on the team. Healers feel fucking abysmal right now.
I was gonna say, aren't all the champions still kind of just the same ones as Overwatch 1?
Yeah,
so all
of them, but a lot of them
got
some have like massive full kit reworks. Hang on. Let me tell you. Like you gotta don't speculate. Let me just tell you what it is, brother.
Okay.
I have the knowledge.
Brother.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, brother. So we have Doomfist becoming a tank instead of a DPS now, and he is fundamentally just totally different in the way that he he works in the same of having a giant like leaping punch and a leap that like he like kind of like seismic jumps down, slams fist on ground thing, knocks people up.
Sure.
But now he doesn't have a uppercut. He has a like energy absorption shield which powers up his punch and protects him from damage. So he's like a get in, jump out tank, right? Totally different. Orisa, fundamentally different character. Shield is gone from her kit. She has a javelin she throws now as an alt fire, so there's no halt either. She still has her fortify. Her other her shift ability, or her E rather, I think it is a like spinning of her javelin, which gives her fortify temporarily, but also increases her movement speed and knocks things forward. Her ultimate is not the bongo anymore. That was a damage booster. It is now a like AoE that pulls in, and then after a small charge of time, like does a massive bunch of damage on the ground around everybody. So she's like an AoE like engager, and she doesn't have a clip anymore on her gun. She now has a heat on her gun, and then she has an infinite clip. So you can overheat the gun, but other than that, she can shoot forever.
Okay, so
like some characters are fundamentally just totally different than the way they were.
Okay,
before.
that's fair. Okay?
So some things are reworked, and then there also was Sojourn shown, which she's one of 4 new heroes. So the other 3 have not been debuted yet. I swear to God,
they can't claim credit for shit that's not released. If they only have one character on launch, that's one character.
No, this is not launch. This is their technical first beta. It's a technical beta. That's all it is.
Don't show me shit. Don't tell me you're going to give me things that's not there.
I do
there
recall
is
Halo
Sojourn
Reach
there. They promised Sojourn.
The Spartan abilities.
Okay, fair. Halo.
I'm just saying, don't show me, because they're going to do the same thing. They're going to drip feed heroes into the game instead of just saying, here's 8 new heroes. Imagine if they released Overwatch 2, 8 new heroes.
Well, they're doing that with 4.
3 million new game modes. But no, now it's just Overwatch 1.
After 2.5 years of development, you would hope. So
here's the real criticism I have.
What did they actually do for the last 3 years?
Right. Yeah. That's a big thing, actually. That was revealed a couple months ago. There's a news article 2 months ago that said they literally, when they had the takeover recently by Microsoft, that it was revealed that for the last 6 months prior, the Overwatch team was being exploited and used to do other projects outside of Overwatch. So that's why there has literally been nothing. Because the mismanagement of Blizzard. Yeah. So maybe the Microsoft thing will maybe work more in their favor if I actually let them make Overwatch. I don't think so.
Microsoft is
what if they just scrap Overwatch in a year and just have like a new IP altogether?
So let me just get to the real issue here. The real issue is that it is a 5v5 game now, but these characters often, including a lot of the DPS still too. So I'd say the entire healing roster currently that is available and half of the DPS characters all feel like they are still made for a 6v6 game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem. That's like a glaring issue of like, this doesn't feel good at all. Like this, if you play certain characters, it just feels bad. And I'm just like, I don't.
So like that's
all the healers feel gross. Other than like maybe
when
Anna
is this game?
And Zen.
Isn't this game supposed to release in 2 months?
No, there's no release date in time.
Oh, so never.
This is literally this is a tech beta that lasts until mid-May. That's all it is.
They're just gonna do the same thing that all games do now, and they're just gonna say, "Oh, now it's full release."
Well, I think the tech beta ends, so I think that's not the case actually.
Yeah, no, but when the tech beta ends, that's what I'm saying. When the tech beta ends, they're just gonna be like, "And now the game's released."
You haven't your company shit. Obviously, before Microsoft takeover, they didn't give a shit about this game.
Here's the real thing I will say about an Overwatch game that we should actually be excited for. This game, I'm not excited to play with my friends anymore. Actually, after playing it for like 2 days of streaming it. I don't really care. I'll play it, but like I'll play it with the people that like playing Overwatch because they already like playing Overwatch. So it's the same exact thing. It's just a different version of it. Which will be fun when it happens. But for a game that we could actually be excited about one that you two will feel hype about, I promise you when you get your hands on it, Gundam Evolution. Ooh. Overwatch Gundam clone. That game is that. So I playing Overwatch at first with the new Sojourn character in it. I was like, oh, this railgun feels good, and you guys would probably like this character. But that's the only thing that felt like good in the way of what I think my friends will like. And then I thought in my head about but playing Zaku was fucking banging, dude. Like playing Gundams was so fun, and it's going to be free to play, and that is going to be the one that I think we're all going to come around being like, yeah,
dude.
like dude, it's going to be a good game, and it
feels like a Splitgate Halo Infinite situation where like Splitgate is like the free to play version that's a copycat, but is actually better than the.
But it's
after playing Halo Infinite, Splitgate is way better.
Splitgate's just a better made game. You know?
You should play some Splitgate.
Dude, I'm saying
I would.
I haven't played any on the new PC.
Game, though.
What was I gonna say? Oh, the Gundam thing. My only grievance: no Shining Finger Gundam. 0 out of 10.
Just wait, maybe it will show up.
Maybe.
It was a beta once again too, and this is one I can feel good about. So.
And they actually did a real beta where they had it months ago.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They had the game is almost done kind of beta. You know, it felt like that.
True.
Instead of
have 4 more characters coming soon.
Yeah, hey, not we are 1/3 of the way done with what we want.
My take on Overwatch overall is like a 7.
Like,
it was good.
You know what this beta was? This was Blizzard testing the waters to see if they could get away with releasing it like this.
They saw how Halo Infinite released, and they're like, "Oh, Overwatch 2 isn't even nearly that shit. We can get away with it."
Those 343 dumbasses got away with it. Huh?
Yeah, the people down the hall at Microsoft are just fucking.
Yeah.
They walk by, see them throwing shit at each other across the office. We need to do that.
Also, they'll never sing because the new WoW expansion is coming out. So like, there's just
WoW dies when the Riot MMO comes out.
Dude, actually, okay, so real talk. I saw this post and someone was like, "Oh, I'm thinking about getting back into it," and I convinced me why not. And then I posted like all the articles to all the like links of lawsuits they've had about sexual assault allegations.
And,
yeah. I was like, here's some good reasons, and then I just left that there for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
I mean, I played WoW for a bit, but it's just the game is not a good MMO. It's
Blizzard Blizzard management, little dick energy.
Yo, that's the new claim for this episode.
Confirmed.
One to little dick to big dick energy is the new title of the podcast.
Hell yeah, dude.
I understand it's a little wordy, but the fans will get used to it.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. I don't know about you guys. I was going to move into the top sheet topic. I don't know if you have
dude
ready for this? I feel like that'd be good just because of where the time is at. I feel like that'd work well with our time.
Okay, I'm into it.
Yeah.
As if we get into the LCS stuff, we're gonna be going for 30 minutes. It's gonna
let's just make quick notes on LCS. Evil Geniuses wins NA. Pretty cash money because there is 2 young players, 17-year-old and an 18-year-old.
Cracked Fortnite.
Yeah, Cracked Fortnite Pro, JoJo, and
Bazinga.
Danny gets the Prince of Pentakill once again in the finals, stealing yet another Baron and getting a Penta at the same time. The kid's crazy, but he's also being heavily enabled.
But don't let this give you hope about NA. We're still dog water. We'll always be dog water.
True.
We're never
this is just
Valorant.
So what happens next for these guys though? Let's not even go to Valorant. Let's just keep it moving. This is a quick esports roundup, baby. Okay.
Yep.
So we're going to MSI. That's the mid-season invitational. What happens there? Everyone from the best team from every region. Like that's I think 12 regions, except for this year it's 11 because the CIS region or the Russians couldn't play in spring because of the horrors of war. They will not be participating because they don't have a representative. So that means one of the groups this year that would be 3 groups of 4 playing a double round robin is actually a group of 3 playing 4 games against each other in round robin style at a total of time. It so happens that during the draw show that was done by Medios of League popularity, and then Michael Reeves and Lily Pichu for
that's a quality crew.
Yeah, right. Amazing. I love it. So they were in Texas too, and they did the draw, and the group of life happened for NA. So the main group A has Korea and 3 other regions. Group B has China and 3 other regions, and Group C is EU represented by G2, NA represented by EG, and OS, which is fucking Australia, which is the pseudo NA now, because half of other players in NA are fucking Australian players because they're not imports. So that means we have the crazy Western standoff.
Wait. How do Australian players not count as imports?
Because their region's so small and they kept getting fucked over. No, they're not dog shit. They're fine.
But it was just because they're white.
Yeah.
Or something. Like I thought it was a racism thing.
That's what I meant. They're dog shit because they're white.
It's they're an English speaking country, but their region is so small that they had to take away and there wasn't enough money, and there's a lot of scandals with
right on face value. That sounds racist, right? People. Did you not get how I could see that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
I told you guys about
because it's like the Asian countries count as imports, but Australia doesn't.
So the Europeans, the Europeans do too.
Yeah.
So what happened was really the Australian region imploded basically because the people on the teams who were even good teams weren't always paying people correctly, and then all the other orgs were like dog water and couldn't pay people at all or would do terrible things to the players.
So they're just like, let's just get rid of it completely.
So yeah, they removed it, but then they lifted the import rules around that region as well as like the Latin American regions and some of the South American regions as well.
Oh, okay.
So that's why you see players like Jose Dioto as well. So basically these regions that are smaller but they would count as an import rule. They're
money.
Well, they're gobbling up an import slot, but yeah, whatever. So we happen to have this weird situation where we actually get to see 4 games of EG versus G2. That's sick. Like that's super exciting.
We get to watch us lose 4 times in a row to G2.
Right? You get to watch any.
Okay, I think we could go.
Impact and Inspired. You don't think Inspired wants to get some revenge on Yankos a little? You don't think that he wants to, have a fucking crazy series?
I've just ran out of my supply of hopium for any NA esports teams.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm excited about the non-NA players on there. I'm excited about Inspired and Impact, okay? Those two make me hype. Those are great players. Impact Classic 2013 has
for the competition. It's fun to watch. It hurts my soul to
I want to see Impact versus Faker, baby. Get me to out of groups and into the brawl stage.
I've seen too much of Evil Genius's Counter-Strike to be excited for the LCS team anymore.
And that's our esports roundup. We can dunk on EG one last time.
Yeah.
So EG's releasing Stewie 2K.
Yeah. Well, he fucking sucks. He's garbage. He's trash. He was enabled by all his other teams, bro. He fucking sucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next,
being enabled by their own team. That's what EG currently does with their league roster. Nice. C9 roster. They bought those Russian dudes. And then who are the Bad News Eagles, Parm?
Oh, dude, Bad News Eagles. It's these I think they're Spanish. It's just the new kids on the block. They have this guy named Juan Flatro.
Oh, Juan Flatro! I can get down with that, dude.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
Is their tag BNE?
BNE,
dude. The BNE Juan Flatro.
Hell yeah,
dude. These guys are hype players. I'm pulling up their roster right now because they beat G2. I think they beat some tier 1 teams. I think they're going to some pretty good. Yeah. So the names are Scenari, GXX, Juan Flatro, Synopsy, and Rigon, dude. That's just a cool dude. These guys are cool. I think they're old as shit. They're I think probably around our age, maybe a little bit younger, but they're pretty cracked.
Old as shit.
Yeah, for Counter-Strike. I have actually no idea how old they are.
Asshole.
Dude, you can play Counter-Strike till your mid-30s.
Tell me how old I am. Tell me how old I am, Parm.
Most people just don't because it's not a stable career.
Dude, tell me I'm a dinosaur.
Yeah, Boomer, Ugu, Gaga.
Shut up.
No, so yeah, they're cool. They have so much potential. They just choke away all their leads because they get I see how when the fellas play Counter-Strike and we have a lead and we're going in it's we're so ahead and everyone just starts fucking sending it and throwing their bodies into lead. They do that, and it's exciting to see. I can't wait to see him play in fucking some major
spiritual animal.
Dude.
Absolute turn off.
I want to see my boy
Juan
Flatro thrive even more. Dude.
Juan Flatro.
BNE, that's everything about that org is cool.
That's iconic. Yeah, that's
cool.
Good.
All right. Yeah. So as it is tradition, that means all Cinderella story C9 or CS stories are the best ones.
Yeah.
So that's just kind of how it is, and that's the esports roundup, baby.
Yeah, that's your esports roundup for the week.
All right, that's the new rule on esports. I think is that you gotta make me do it fast.
True.
2 thumbs up.
I mean, one little thing, dude. Just how good is it for North American Counter-Strike that this war happened because we just bought a top 3 team in the world?
True.
The only way NA can actually get a real team is steal an entire Russian team.
I mean, I think it's just hype to see
I
players who are not like trying to be. They're not trying to be
True.
political activists or anything. They're not condoning the actions of the country. They're like, get me out of this fucking situation. And they're like, cool,
well,
come play for
that's all you can. That's all you can do. You can't, as like a Russian athlete, you can't. You can't come out. I mean,
that's
even Russian athletes like the NHL, like Tarasenko.
Oh shit! Did you guys hear about the Virtus Pro thing?
Well, after I finish my sentence.
Go ahead. Sorry, I just remembered this, and it's nuts. But go on.
You're kidding. I do this, but Vladimir Tarasenko for the Blues, he's been like very open about like in the Russian government, like he has pictures with Putin, he has all sorts of stuff. He has not said a single word about anything. He straight up said, "I will not take interviews or press coverage."
Oh yeah, I mean, like,
this is over because for his own safety. I mean, whether or not, and I this is my own outside looking in, he probably agrees with a lot of the things that the Russian government is doing, but he can't say one or the other.
Yeah,
because it's just like it's a weird situation they're in. So I do have.
You can't even say war is bad without it getting like construed out of like
you don't want to say anything at all to be involved, because if you're an athlete, you don't want to put yourself in the spotlight whatsoever.
Yeah. So
it's just a very awkward.
That and the thing I just remembered. So Virtus Pro is a very popular esports
we
are
well
cool.
Yeah.
So their entire Dota team was, I believe, released because of the comments made by one of the players very recently.
Yeah, because of drawing the Z on the map. Yeah.
It's something in a game, so it got them all banned indefinitely, from what I understand.
Well, that's
that's the real esports roundup, baby. All right,
there we go. All right, esports roundup.
Give me the juice. What's the next one?
So I was going to move us on to our top sheet, yay or nay.
Okay, so I don't know. This is actually a topic we've never talked about, and I have I have a real opinion on this. Like, I'm very strong on this. Same. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Top sheet goated. Top sheet so goated, it's what I sleep with only. So I have, when I sleep, hear me out.
Sleep under the.
Yes. Let me just talk. Let me
really.
Yes. Let me tell you. So like, I can't sleep without something covering me. Like, I can't just pass. Like, I can pass out sometimes, like on the couch, like wearing clothes or whatever. But like, typically so like when I sleep, I'm a big man. So when I sleep, I am usually like down to probably just a pair of shorts.
Fair.
No boxers underneath. No shirt. Right? I am sleeping. I'm as comfortable as I can be. Even sometimes sleep naked, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I have to be covered to sleep, but I also get very hot very easily. So I can't really use big blanket. Comforters are nice and all, and quilts are cool too. But like, that's a keeping warm thing for me, not so much a staying comfortable. So when I'm under the big blankie or like something else to keep me warm, I also have top sheet always over me. So yes, I am. But here's the real category. This is where I'm like, I'm a degenerate for top sheet. I during like the cold months, before I get underneath the blanket, and that's like a last resort thing, I will get a second top sheet out. And now most recently we've got another set of sheets. So now I have 3 top sheets, and I have yet to try it.
This man it's like the layered,
and they're like
pink
top
sheets. Have more polos. You're wearing
dude, these are it's like an onion, dude. I'm peeling back about Alec, and
I really like the top sheet, and I understand why people don't like it, and it's fine. But I need something to cover me when I sleep.
I respect
that is like what I do. So like I have done double top sheet. I've never done the triple. I'm thinking about it now though.
His mouth is salivating thinking about that third sheet, baby. That third.
So I have never once in my life used the top sheet ever. When I was a kid and I was forced to make my bed, I used to, obviously I'd have the bed set, so I would put the top sheet on there
when you're being brainwashed.
Yeah, when I was forced to do my bed. Mm-hmm. But as soon as I got to being an adult, it was like I'm the same way as you, Alec. But my thing is I only do one. I'm committed to my one layer, and that's one layer year round. So that means in the winter I have a warm fuzzy blanket that keeps me warm with just one layer. Yep. And then in the summer, that same fuzzy blanket breathes enough with a fan on and with all the other criteria you put in where I'm wearing boxers or barely anything.
Yep.
And that's like the perfect temperature for me.
I got a tower fan hitting me all times.
With the top sheet, there's something about the top sheet material that or just like, and maybe it's in my head, but putting that top sheet on, because like when I used to like stay over at my grandma's or something, I would, obviously sleep with the top sheet. And it's something about that top sheet that, like, or a hotel. when I stay at a hotel, like that top sheet just makes me feel so warm for some reason. Like I cannot.
Oh yeah, that shit's disgusting because you're also like underneath the second layer though. Then right, like you're a top sheet.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like the top sheet alone isn't enough, but adding it on is too much
for what you're describing. Because I agree with exactly what you're saying. The top sheet on a hotel bed or like a way like an old person particularly seems to make the bed is very tight. So when you get underneath the top sheet, it's also like compression, and I don't need
it feels restricted.
Right, exactly. And I can't be restricted. And that's actually why I can't use the big blanket, is because it feels too restrictive. I need the very loose top sheet.
So you have like a loose, so you have a loose top sheet.
Yeah, because I have a longtime girlfriend, right? Sam, 4 years.
Oh my god,
news to me, bro.
What? Shut up, Barb. You took her to fucking homecoming one year. You fucking idiot. God damn it. Okay, so anyways, so she has the actual comforter, and then I just have my top sheet. Hardly ever is the top sheet strewn even across the full bed. It's usually loosely left underneath the blanket on my side, so I can access.
Oh, so it's just on your end. So you have your own little cocoon.
So I am able to form my cocoons as needed.
I got okay. Yes. So really, you have your own large full top sheet only on your half.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it's very seldomly if you'll see me with a real blanket. Like I said, it's either cold time or I'm sick. Like when I was sick 3 weeks ago. I fell asleep.
Recall you having a blanket on stream.
No, I wasn't even. Well, that was true. That was actually that night. Actually, I remember now. I fell asleep on the couch in my clothes with socks on and with a big heavy blanket over me.
Jeans and a jean jacket. Like
no, I was wearing sweatpants though. Like, I was
just
like
all denim all the way down.
Denim cowboy rides again.
Yeah. He's in his Canadian tuxedo, just trying to pass out on the couch. Like man, denim's so scratchy.
Tuxedo. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I'm actually unfamiliar with that myself.
Yeah, what's a Canadian tuxedo, dude?
It's all denim.
It's all really? Why is that?
Yeah, it's just a jean jacket. Or maybe it's not a Canadian. I don't know. It's some sort of tuxedo. Hold on, let me look.
Okay, that's fair.
I think that's the term.
Denim cowboy hat.
Nice. All right. What's your top sheet take, buddy?
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was right. Canadians used to refer to an outfit wearing jeans with a denim jacket.
For me personally, this top sheet just serves no real purpose. You know what I mean? Like it's just an extra piece of fabric I gotta wash, extra piece of fabric I gotta take care of. Because dude, if you ever slept next to me, bro, I move. I am an active snoozer, dude. I am like possessed sometimes. So like when I kick around, my top sheet will get fucked up, and every time I have to make that bed, dude, it's fucking annoying. So like fuck the top sheet, and I do
making the bed, never just sleeping in the bed.
See, but here's
true. I do understand, like like the bed doesn't look as nice when you're making it without the top sheet, but I think you can get around with that. I have a great comforter. I was sick, you know what I mean? Like dude, some people care about aesthetic.
Power move. Push the bed to the corner of the room. And
here's a secondary question. Here's a secondary question.
Okay.
How often do you guys make your bed? Because I'm just curious.
I make my bed like once a week, maybe now at this point. Not very. I don't do it super often now.
When I do laundry, I make my bed, and that is it.
Oh wow, no. Sometimes I want a nice, smooth surface, clear, level, clean.
This is a dual-edged sword. How often do I make the bed, or how often is the bed made?
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that was why I asked it that way, because I was like, I'm sure me and Barnes' answer will be different from yours.
When we are rotating the mattress, or if we are changing like the sheet set.
That's what I mean. Whenever I change my linens, when I would do it.
No. So we wash ours more often, but it's like really when we're changing. So if we're changing them for like we're going to put a different set on, I'll help with those. Or if we're rotating the mattress, I'll help. So I'd say I personally help make the bed in some fashion or form once a quarter, if we're
quarterly. Okay.
Quarterly,
maybe monthly to quarterly if we're rotating the bed that often, which we might need to start doing more often. But
I feel like everybody
now. How often is my bed made?
More than they actually do.
Every day, baby. Sam, Sam. We wash our sheets probably once a week to once every 2 weeks at worst. Probably once.
That's fair.
I would say I usually wash my sheets every 2 weeks, maybe 2.5. But it's like
you're doing what you're doing.
There's no extracurricular activities happening in those sheets. It's not like they're getting dirty.
Dude. Durs takes all his women out back.
No, there's just none there.
Slap it over the
because they're all in the shed, dude.
Yeah, sorry, they're all out back.
So Parm's a nay, Durs is a nay, I'm a yay.
To the back.
Okay. Okay.
I just don't see the risk reward for like if I had a reason to make my sheets, you know what I mean? Maybe it's just my sorry existence that leads to my not making. I mean, my bed. I just don't. There's no benefit. Like if a girl's coming over, absolutely, I'm gonna make my bed.
So maybe there's a correlation that like you're not prepared for bitches at all times, so therefore there are no bitches.
Dude, you're just telling on yourself with that little pussy you get.
Yeah, true.
This guy gets no.
I can't wait. Absolutely zero play. Yeah.
I should just change your name from Durs to No Bitches.
There's no secret there.
Okay.
Oh no, the secret's out.
Yeah.
They're gonna know.
Bitches watching the podcast, now you know.
Yes.
Well, on that note, no bitches and no more topics to cover here on this last episode of 1 to 10 podcast.
Plus maidenless plus ratio plus kung fu hustle.